Understanding the technology that powers the money is essential. Knowing the business drivers that inspire how the money is made is crucial. Bridging the gap between the mind of the technologist and the mind of the business is monumental. That is what TBF is all about. Let's start this never-ending conversation. It's time. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Behind FinTech. I'm your host, Nnamdi Osuagwu, and today's show is On the Road to Money 2020, FinTech Insights and Expectations. So we'll just be going over the conference next week. So Money 2020 is fast approaching, starting Sunday this weekend, and should be a very interesting conference in Vegas. For those that don't know, right, it's one of the largest global conferences focused on innovations in the financial services market, brings together leaders, innovators, professionals from across FinTech, all the different subcategories of FinTech. So we're talking about banking sectors, payments, lending, wealth tech, reg tech, and so forth. So it's a very interesting conference. Was there, this will be my second time attending. Last year was the first time I attended. So they do have it global. So they have it in the US, Asia, and Europe. I've only attended the US conferences. So it's been interesting. I met a lot of great contacts there last year. I think from a Tech Behind FinTech perspective, what's going to be different for us this year is we started something called TBF on the go interviews. So what does that mean, right? So, obviously you guys been tuned in for the last 4 years of us doing this podcast. We bring people on and we have guests, we have like a long conversation. But what we started this year is going to conferences and interviewing people that we meet there, leaders and from different sectors and so forth. Because obviously in a conference you meet too many people, and sometimes getting them back on the show and scheduling, like I met a member of FinTech last year. We met them at Money 2020. It took us until like 6 months later to get them on the show, where if we had a great conversation at the conference, a really awesome conversation. So what that taught us in my team was like, listen, let's capture those conversations, still schedule to get them on the show before our viewers. You'll still get a glimpse of these amazing companies, amazing guests that we have on. Even if it's a few minutes, you get a glimpse of it. We schedule for a future show rather than waiting, 6 months, because everybody has scheduling conflicts to get, we have to accommodate this our show scheduling in addition to their schedule. So we came up with the plan to do TBF on the go. So interviews, and this is not saying that once you do an on the go interview on the spot, you can't be a guest on the show, but we want to start capturing more of these insightful conversations, even if it's briefly, and posting on the show. So that's what's going to be different for us this year. We're going to try to get as many interviews as possible. We experimented with it at a conference we was just at, the open source financial forum. So that was put together by Finos. So we went to that conference September 30th. We not as big as a smaller venue, but we had a lot of great conversations. So the goal is, with something as massive as Money 2020, with thousands of leaders and companies represented, I think we're going to really have some great conversations to bring it back to you guys and learn about some insightful companies. Really interested in AI, ML companies and targeting FinTech. Interested in reg tech. I don't think so far we're coming across our 200th episode in January. I think it is. I think we're slated January, February for our 200th episode. And I think in those 200 conversations, we had someone on from RegTech, so I'll be interested to definitely meet some contacts in that space in Money 2020 and have some conversations. It's very interesting industry. I know that I had a breakdown. See if I can find it. I had a breakdown last week in which talked about the different sectors of fintech, and yep, it was really showing funding by category in 2023. Let me see if I can pull that up. One second, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Keeping it real dynamic. Yeah, because I'll show you the different subsectors, and it's processing right now. But in the meantime, while that process is, like I said, really interested to have some have those conversations and so forth. See what else we want to talk about today. That's really it. Just setting expectations. It's going to be a lot of, as always, a lot of different panel discussions. You get to see what's trending. Okay, it's going to come up. One second. Add it to the stage. So talked about this last week briefly, but we got different sub industries. So we have payments, which takes over in terms of in looking at it from a funding perspective. Payments is a huge subcategory. Then it's financial management solutions, wealth management solutions, mortgages and lending, crypto and DeFi, insurance, banking, and RegTech. Smaller, but with a lot of regulatory things coming out of pipelines, companies that can help automate certain solutions for large their banking partners definitely is a value there. And I like to sit down with some leaders in that space and have some conversations. Definitely interested in actually all of these subcategories, but I'm just looking at some of the companies that we haven't talked to in the past. So that should definitely be interesting. In addition, right, we'll try to get some conversations with some speakers, some of the high profile speakers. Um, you know, Getting them on the show sometimes proves difficult with the scheduling. So we'll definitely try to, after they talk, whether it's a panel discussion, see if they have 5 minutes for a quick conversation and then, film it on the spot. Learning that, that's just getting those on the spot kind of street interviews should be it really worked out well. If you saw, we've been posting that from our past conference at the Finno. So that's something that we're gonna strive to do moving forward. um Big news, right? We'll soon be launching our new Tech Behind FinTech web platform, and what the platform will include, obviously, all fintech news, so you can keep up to date with what's going on. So that should be something that you want to definitely tap in on the new platform. We'll have fintech directory, so you can be able to search through any fintech and learn more about them. Obviously, the fintechs that are on our show, as part of the directory, will have links to their interviews and so forth from the leaders that we've spoken to and will speak to. So that's going to be, and so it's going to be a living, growing database that we're just going to keep adding. We're going to start featuring profiles. So we're going to start featuring profiles of some uh, technical and also some people from the business and leaders, those that we interviewed and so forth. So site will be totally dynamic. So it should be a very excited about that. the launch of the new Tech Behind FinTech platform. The goal is definitely to deliver amazing content to you guys constantly. We'll have a way that you can nominate someone that you think should be profiled, and we'll profile them. So and like I said, just really diving in, um, you know, deeper content moving forward that we will be posting on our platform. In addition to a newsletter, obviously, if you want to subscribe and just to stay abreast of what's going on in the industry, that will be available too um, via our new platform with reports and so forth. So we'll start doing our research reports and getting that to like some premium subscribers and so forth. So you'll have access to that on the new platform. What else? Yeah, and it's pretty much it's like, those are the things I want to cover. Just give some, and definitely if you're attending Money 2020, definitely drop a comment, DM me. Always interested to talk. This year and last year, we came in as press because of the Tech Behind FinTech. So that's interesting too to be considered press at this point. I mean, for those that know me, my actual profession, I'm a cybersecurity consultant. Uh, so that's what I do. So to be considered uh, from being on the technical side, and now because of the podcast and the webcast we've been doing for a few years, to be on the side that we're press is definitely, I find it funny, but I like it though. I think and also when we start talking shop with certain people that are more technical, it just lends to a very interesting, deeper conversation. Even guys in the business, so like both, to be honest with you. But yeah, so it's pretty cool that we can get access to conferences that are at this level and come in as the banner of press for Tech Behind FinTech. So pretty happy about that. Last year they had a press room, so it was a good backdrop. You want to have conversations with people. I didn't really take advantage of the press room last year. I mean, I stayed there, had my stuff there. I didn't take advantage in terms of uh, interviewing guests and interviewing people. I was having conversations with them, but it wasn't recorded. But this year it would be. So, and I did some solo. What we'll do too is do day summaries. So at the end of the day, launch the video of what went on today, who we met, different insights and different things that we've learned. Because the one good thing about these types of conferences, especially when it's 2020, is looking at the trends. Like, what's on the horizons? What are people talking about in the industry? What are some of the things that we'll be looking out for that we should keep our eyes on? So that should be interesting to learn. I will want to definitely hit some breakout sessions. It's like that was a thing at the last conference I went to. I didn't get a chance to do any of the sessions because I was so busy interviewing people. So we have to manage that this time around, which I definitely want to hit a session or so, but definitely want to have as many conversations as possible. So balance will be paramount in terms of balancing both of those things. Um, what else? What else? It's pretty much it, man. Just overall, as always, excited to learn, excited to network, have great conversations. Oh, and what I find funny too, some of my previous guests this year are gonna be at Money 2020. And all the previous guests I've had are virtual. So our show, everyone's located in different geography, so geographical regions. So to make it to get as many guests as we can, especially those that are not even in the US, we do our show virtually as opposed to doing it in studio. So, when you go to these conferences, sometimes I get the opportunity to meet people I've previously interviewed and just seeing them in person. It's just different. It's just like it's wild because either you think that they're tall. It's just an interesting thing when in this virtual world that we live in, we're constantly talking to people on a computer screen. you take for granted sometimes how slightly different they look in person. It's just is it's kind of trippy actually. But you recognize them, but you're like, is that them? And then you're like, oh snap, that's that person. And so I'm looking forward to having some conversations with people I've talked to this year that were guests on the show that'll be at Money 2020, and just getting following up on some things, expanding on some topics, getting their thoughts and so forth. Once again, we'll definitely do the TBF on the go interviews while we're there. Um, and then also behind the scenes, just been linking up with people because we have, as part of the conference, you get an app, and on that app, there are all the attendees, so you can chat with them offline and so forth. So, been trying to link up with some folks and so forth, and some others will find your name and find you on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, I've been doing that; they've been doing that. So, I think I'm going to be next time around. The team and I will probably be more diligent in building up that those contacts prior to Money 2020. They didn't build as many as I would have liked, but yeah, I think 'cause every year we do this stuff, we get better. We take some lessons that we've learned from the previous one or previous conferences and try to apply to the next. And there's quite a few conferences going on after Money 2020 that probably make contact with the organizers and see how we could work with them and partner with them. That is definitely another thing too, is figuring out future partners that we'll be looking for while we're there. We want to start doing panel discussions as part of our show. So, covering a different topic, and we'll get a company to basically assist with sponsoring that. So it's probably build some relationships in that space. But we're looking to do the goal, once we get the things running, probably do one panel discussion a month, get various experts in that particular subcategory, and just dive into a topic to help educate, help learn, and ask some questions, get industry insights, and so forth. So that's something that we'll be looking to build some relationships there, and you know get interested companies who want to be a part of that, sponsor it, and so forth. uh, what else? I think that's pretty much it. We'll do a recap show when we get back uh, for Money 2020. I gotta see when our recap show is scheduled, because I know we have quite a few guests scheduled from now until the end of the year. But I know one of the weeks, either the first week coming back or the following week, we'll do a recap show of the things that we learned there, who we spoke to, trends, and so forth. So that's something that we'll definitely be doing in the next few weeks. But that's it. You know, if you see this video and um, it's before Sunday, drop a comment and just let me know you're going to be at the event, and we'll try to link up. Other than that, I think I am out. Uh, I wish everyone a happy weekend, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, very excited about it. We'll keep everyone posted. You'll be seeing probably after we get back, do our post production. You'll be seeing quite a few videos of our TBF on the go interviews. We'll be making that public. Probably releasing them like a few a week. So they'll probably span for like months of watching these TBF on the go interviews. That's not part of weekly podcast. It's just something separate. But you'll be seeing content there that we generate for the next couple, I would say couple months, easy. I expect to have a lot of conversations. So once we do the post production, you'll see it. On that note, I think that's it. So all those traveling, wish you a safe travels to the conference, and I'll see you on Sunday. everyone else, once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us over the years of the Tech Behind FinTech. If you are, hold on, let me see something. Did I do this correct? If you, give me a second. Oh, okay, that's what, see something real quick. Oh, it's wondering why things look different. I think when I'm solo, we don't get the background. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, no worries. So, to all those who support our show, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. The messages and so forth. Once again, our new platform will be launching live soon. So definitely check back with the techbehindfintech.com. Probably in the next few days. Our goal is to get it out before 2020. So, I mean, then obviously it'll be up, after that. And yeah, so thank you very much for the support. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned for future episodes. For Friday, 12 p.m. We go live every Friday. We have some really, really, really good guests from now to the end of the year. Some interesting show topics that you'll be interested in. So definitely circle back up. We'll keep abreast of it. We'll be publicizing that on our new platform as well. So definitely tune into that. Uh, Other than that, take care. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.
Understanding the technology that powers the money is essential. Knowing the business drivers that inspire how the money is made is crucial. Bridging the gap between the mind of the technologist and the mind of the business is monumental. That is what TBF is all about. Let's start this never-ending conversation. It's time.